Welcome to Gestalt Poetry Open Mic. My name is Amy Hoskins. We had a wonderful time yesterday. We had lovely friends from the UK for the first time, and also our dear friends from Nashville. Sizwe Herring was our feature poet. Now, we did have a few technical issues with Zoom, so I've got two clips, and I wanted to introduce those two clips. We realized very shortly that we had maybe 2-3 minutes the first time and then 40 minutes the last time. So that's roughly what I've got. Our next time is going to be June 27th with TJ the PROTEGE. We will also be on Zoom at that time. We're still playing it safe. So please enjoy. Thank you.
Just extending automatically.
I think it just lets you extend because of the whole COVID thing, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's actually shot.
Oh, they stopped it now? Bastards.
You have a credit card?
All right, well, hold on. I wonder if I can create another meeting just in case and just put the info in there if anything fucks up.
Okay, that sounds good. All
All
right.
right.
Welcome everyone. Gestalt Poetry Open Mic. My name is Amy Hoskins. Hello everyone. We have an international group today. We're not expecting all of this. This is awesome. Hey Henry, how are you?
Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hello, Henry.
Hello, hello.
Oh, I have me.
This is awesome.
Hey, Henry.
So excited. Okay.
Oh, the audio's going. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Good.
Good.
Little car noise. Little car noise going by. Let's get started because we don't know how much time we have. Henry, could you do like 1 to 3 minutes? Henry. Henry,
Yes.
can you do 1 to 3 minutes to start us off?
All right.
Isn't that cool? Or you want me to do something?
Why don't you start one? Yes.
All right, I will. Okay. And as always, you guys get a choice. I've got excerpts from a really long poem called Summer Thicket.
Mhm.
And then I've got excerpts from something I've been writing called Sketches, which is just little mini stories. So I've got a piece from each of those. So Summer Thicket or Sketches.
Which do you like better?
Oh my gosh, Summer Thicket right now because
Well, then read it.
okay. That was easy. Okay. Summer Thicket. I dream in winter. In summer, my hands will be yellow with pollen. Printemps, verano, lime leaves, lemon leaves, Camasia plum, Sumla, Plum Valley, melodic Gestalt, raw morning, deep moss, hazy mummer, cricket slowly resonating, singing up the green spring ground. They will resound the sound of cells themselves, each a tiny spark of life within. Summer come loudy, summa come summer, 70-something, 80-something, 99 in the shade. Comatl, raspberry lillet, raspberry tire, Briscoe creamberries, strawberry skin shell, fresh shell, bee skept, bee steps, bee feet, bee balm, bee berries, butterfly feet, ginger feet, bare feet, ginger revs, reveries, the velvet bee, St. Francis of Assisi, that dove he lovingly looking up at thee, bird songs, bird feathers, dragonflies hovering, dragonfly runes, disappearing bees, honeybee spirals, honeybees dance, sugar ribbons, opalescent trails at night when we don't see. So I don't want to take up too much time. There's more. Aw, thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
Oh,
Uncle.
oh, thank you.
Hello. Sorry, y'all.
Hello. Hi, Navita. How are you?
Doing well.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Yes, I'm on the Zoom thing. What?
Hey, Henry.
Oh,
Hey, Henry.
oh, damn. He
Can
went
you read
upstairs.
something?
Henry, you're muted.
Who's muted?
Henry, turn your mic on.
There we go.
There
Can
you
you
go.
hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Henry, it's your turn.
Yes, I'm here. Right. This poem is titled By My Window. I sit here trying to remember when was the last tight hug I felt in return, the details of once vague but happy moments. But today, I just sit and smile by this window looking. I sit here trying to remember when was the last passionate kiss I felt like I gave or received on the lips of a lover long ago. But today, I want to be wanted in this chair waiting for the sun's warmth. I sit here trying to remember when was the last time laughing at stories and jokes with my friends, with joyful tears flowing down my face. But today, I have no funny thoughts to share with anyone but those birds. I sit here trying to remember when was the last time I felt so angry, with my eyebrows and mouth wide for screaming and fighting about something. But today, I have no soothing peace to keep me comfortable for hours. I sit here trying to remember, when did I stop remembering to live after seeing so many die leaving me, full of grief, silence, and emptiness? But today, yes, today I will get up from my throne to make new friends, to talk and smile.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's beautiful. Thank
That
you.
was I read that
Thank
at
you.
a senior center that me and two other poets were invited to, and I wrote it a while ago. I had never shared it, and because I saw an elderly person at this reception. We were touring this facility for Alzheimer's, and that person inspired that piece because everyone had that look, and I was just trying to wonder what could they be thinking about, you know. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Next, we have Noel.
All right. Well, I wasn't planning on reading, but I think I shared something with Amy a while ago, and I'm going to read it. So hopefully you all can hear me. It's pretty loud here. I'm by a lot of water right now. I'm in Lake Martin in Alabama. So be patient with me. Give me a moment. All right. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
You're
right.
coming through clear, but can other people mute in the background?
Okay.
Okay. Feels really loud. All right. How about now? Okay. Time to write home. But what is home? What color is it? An old blue pant chipping off the old deck? Is it green and brown? Pine trees in the backyard, feeding apples to the deer behind the doghouse where the beagle howls, losing its voice. Pasta boiling on the stove, grandma laughing, swearing, drinking a beer when she wakes up with curlers in her hair, making crafts in a room filled with porcelain dolls staring at you. What does it feel like? A warm hug on a cold winter's eve, a violent rage that silently echoes, empty dinner table, mother crying, dad hasn't spoken in 2 days, and you are nowhere to be found, and no one notices anyway. Home is a place that doesn't exist. It's not a house contained with possessions, blurred memories from a point of view of a little girl lost, searching for truth in a land of lies. An imaginary vehicle, your heart, the engine that continues to beat and searching for peace in a chaotic world. I'm writing home, seeing the beauty in the broken wood, remembering your father taught you how to use a hammer, seeing your mother as a woman who has bled so much pain out of her eyes and still found time to make dinner, even if no one was home to eat it. I'm trying to write about home when I've left home so long ago, I always was searching for it when I never truly lost it. But then again, it's an intangible grasp, holding on to my grandmother's note with no matter what, there she is, loving me. Right now, we cannot leave home.
Recent addition to my healthcare regimen. As necessary now as regular chiropractic care, actually much, much more so. And it has been a godsend for this body that I have stressed over the years into dis-ease. As I reclaim my health, this time from arthritis. Already I've beaten cancer, all but conquered depression, banished asthma, migraine headaches, candida. Gosh, that was so many years ago. And I plan to retain my faculties, not succumbing to the Alzheimer's that took my dad, and others close but unrelated. But stress is problematic, especially self-imposed stress. Learning to live in the present, to appreciate the green grass, violets, sneakers, duct taped into continued service. I do so appreciate frugality, for I was raised to waste not. Soil gray-brown, those sneakers move around my head, the weight of honest hands gliding down my ribcage, the bliss of those thumbs working my gluteal muscles, getting the knot out of that troublesome hip, finding spots I didn't realize needed attention. Conversation is pleasant. Talk to me as you work and I will listen. Reveling in the sunshine and the whispered breezes, the sensations of moving lymph, of freeing blockages in my internal energetic flow, of being ministered to with loving care. The soothing strength of your healing energies, projected to reach deep inside, affecting every organ, even those long removed. After, I want to melt, to rest in the screened room of this tent for hours, so I take my time getting up. Ah, it's almost sinful to put clothing on again, but such is life in the city. And my now happy body, moving more smoothly, brings its skinny-ass self back into the larger world. Praise God for healing hands. Thank you again, kind sir, for helping this walking skeleton find her internal purr again. That was marvelous. Thank you.
Yay. Nice.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. It was beautiful. I could feel that. I was like, I need to get a massage now. I do. I want to take a break in the order of people who are reading in order for Sizwe to have his feature, because he wants people to see him around the 3 o'clock time, because that's when he told his friends he was going to be on. And then we'll continue back with the open mic after that. Does that sound okay? We all, okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Sizwe Herring is founder and director of Earth Matters Tennessee, a 28-year-old nonprofit earth education and action-based organization in Nashville, Tennessee. Sizwe is a certified instructor in the field of permaculture and serves as a fellow with Green for All based in Oakland, California. Since childhood, he's always had an affinity for the unknown, and outer space has always kept him in awe. He remembers walking along West Outer Drive on Detroit's west side and realizing that he is in this body. He determined that he wanted to be a productive citizen and give this America a chance. He decided that he cannot, in good consciousness, add to the madness, consumption model, overpopulation of this world. Sizwe realizes that the smallest spark can put out the darkness, let alone create a roaring fire. Join us now, welcoming Sizwe to the mic. I'm going to turn this around so you'll see him. Will you can see yourself? Can you see yourself?
Which one am I?
Let's see. You're right there.
No,
This
I
guy.
can't see
So scoot forward.
myself. And this come down.
Mm-hmm. Is that better?
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yay.
Peace and love to you all. I want to thank Amy for inviting me out. It was back in September of October of last year. She asked me to participate in May of this year. And I was like, well, this woman really thinks ahead. So you're a forward thinker, and I really like that.
Oh, thank you.
And then Gestalt was a word I'd never heard of before. And so I looked it up, and it made so much sense. For those of you who don't know, from my understanding, is many little pieces that come together to make a whole. And that whole appears to be so much bigger than it really is, you know, and it gives you that impression of being much larger. So that's what we're doing, especially here. All these little pieces of each one of you all is coming together to make a whole today. And that's W-H-O-L-E, not H-O-L-E, right? Just wanted to share with you my environment right now. I asked Amy if we could do it outdoors, and I'm so glad we did. I'm sitting amongst a garden, beautiful garden, in a very urban community in Nashville. Underneath a huge grandfather magnolia tree that's blooming with beautiful fragrance, colorful flowers everywhere. We have the pin oak tree and a tulip poplar growing here, which is our state tree. But most important, across the street is Chute Park, and next to Chute Park is a house that a friend of mine did a mural on. So shout out to Low Key for his urban art projects, and the fact that I'm sitting here being able to look at that is quite a blessing. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit because my writings are in progress, but my writings are based on what I have experienced and what has shored me up over the years. So I've got a few pieces that go from the 60s on up to now. So I'll start with this one actually by a reading by Dr. King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And many of us don't realize how much of a poet Dr. King was, actually. So he says here, the name of it is Tomorrow is Today. We are now faced with the fact that tomorrow is today. We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now in this unfolding conundrum of life and history. There is such a thing as being too late. Procrastination is still the thief of time. We must move past indecision and action. Now let us begin. Now let us rededicate ourselves to the long and bitter and beautiful struggle for a new world. This is the calling of the children of God, and our brothers and sisters wait eagerly for our response. Shall we say the odds are too great? Shall we tell them the struggle is too hard? Or will there be another message of longing, of hope, of solidarity with their yearnings, of commitment to cause whatever the cost? The choice is ours, and though we might prefer it otherwise, we must choose in this crucial moment in human history. So I went to school in Tuskegee in the 70s, and I met a lot of poets there, and I was part of the theater there. And a friend of mine, Joe Frazier, wrote this piece about capitalism. And he says, capitalism in the key of C. Capitalism is the American Caucasian Constitution conceived in conceit and constructed to combat capitalism. Color have been coerced to conform to capitalism, causing confusion, commodity consciousness. Damn right I'll steal if I know I can get away with it. Capitalism cancels color consciousness. Forget that black brother stuff, man. I gotta look out for me. Capitalism causes cults. Send me, Reverend Ripoff, $5, and I'll send you a down. Capitalism causes colored children to cry because their haves are overpowered by their have-nots. Capitalism kills because cash causes crime, chaos, and crazed competition to cruise carefree through the community. When was the last time a capitalist cared? The crux of the American Caucasian Constitution called capitalism can be seen in its creed: do unto others and make money. At the same time, I am a big fan of the Last Poets and Gil Scott-Heron, both of whom I've been able to meet, both groups I've been able to meet in my time out and around the country. I just want to do a piece of a poem by the Last Poets called E Pluribus Unum, which is about the symbols on the dollar bill that we use and ignore a lot of times. We don't pay attention. But I'm just going to do a snippet of it. It's a long piece, but I'm just going to do a snippet of it because of time constraints. But I encourage you to look it up. It's called E Pluribus Unum by the Last Poets. 13 stars in the original flag, 13 demons in the devil's bag, 13 berries and 13 leaves, 13 colonies of land-grabbing thieves, 13 arrows in the eagle's claw, 67 corporations waged the devil's war, 13 stripes on the eagle's shield, and these are the symbols on the U.S. seal. So when I moved to Tennessee, it was right when a group called Arrested Development was coming out. And the song that got them a Grammy for their first album was called Tennessee. And it's about coming back to Tennessee to your roots. And it was autobiographical. So I would love to share that with you all. And it's a prayer. It goes, Lord, I really been real stressed, down and out and losing. Although I'm black and proud, problems got me pessimistic. Brothers and sisters keep messing up. Why does it have to be so damn tough? I don't know where I can go to get these ghosts out of my skull. My grandma passed, my brother's gone. I've never felt once so alone. I know you're supposed to be my steering wheel, not just my spare tire. But Lord, I ask you to be my guide, my force, and my truth. For some strange reason it had to be, he guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Lord, it's obvious we got a relationship, talking to each other every night and day. Although you're superior over me, we talk to each other in a friendship way. Then out of nowhere, you tell me to break out of the country and into more country, past Dyersburg and the Ripley, where the ghosts of my childhood haunt me. To walk the roads my forefathers walked, to climb the trees my forefathers hung from, to ask those trees for all their wisdom. They tell me my ears are so young. Go back from whence you came, to my family tree, my family name. For some strange reason it had to be, he guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place, take me to another land, make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Now I see the importance of history. Why my people be in the mess that they be? Many journeys to freedom made in vain by brothers on the corner playing ghetto games. I ask you, Lord, why you enlighten me without the enlightenment of all my folks. You said, because I set myself on a quest for truth, and he was there to quench my thirst. But still thirsty. The Lord allowed me to drink some more. He said, what I'm searching for are the answers to all which are in front of me. The ultimate truth started to get blurry, but for some strange reason it had to be. It was all a dream about Tennessee.
Woo! Beautiful. Thank you.
He's doing so much, continuing to do a lot of work based in Atlanta, speechmusic.com. Powerful brother. At the same time, I got turned on to a group called Spearhead. Many of you all know it's led by a guy named Michael Franti. And Michael Franti and I actually are friends. He comes to Nashville regularly to record. And he also, I'm hoping he'll relocate here. But he's out of Oakland, California. He has a documentary film that just came out called Stay Human. This is also an autobiographical piece. It's called Skin on the Drum. I was born botanical, the soul of an animal. Deep beneath the layers, I sink my roots. No need for mechanical, I come strictly organical. When I need to feast, I look to the east. That's why I'm never scared of the beast. Even though they try to prey upon me, I'm protected by the one always greater than me. Now I reveal to thee, because you want to see the contour of my mystery, the strength of my arches, the color of my conscience, and the way that I process my diction. Some fact, some fiction, some mystery, and some future fantasy. I'm the trunk that holds the branches, the leaves that do the dances. My flowers romantic, my love gigantic. From Africa, transplanted, transatlantic. In the heat of the sun, I bring shade for everyone, like the beat on the one. I am the skin on the drum. I keep on living with the fullness of the one, like the heat of the sun or the skin on the drum. I'm fully marinated. Now I'm ready for the fire. You can see I'm beginning to perspire. From deep within to the skin, the feminine and the masculine. The pieces of the puzzle see my reflections in the puddle. After the storm of the purple of the sky brings to mind another time when we resided beneath the waterline. Life was fine there, human divine there, but in the years following, evil men came swallowing everything in sight. Some learned to run, some stayed to fight. I kneeled at the tomb of the soldier, said I would love to behold her. The magic in store there, she touched me on the shoulder and said, in time, all is revealed. Box of light will be unsealed. Now listen to me, son. Be like the skin on the drum.
Wow. Wow.
Back in the 70s, Stevie Wonder did a 2-album set called The Secret Life of Plants. And it goes like this. I can't conceive the nucleus of all begins inside a tiny seed. And what we see as insignificant provides the purest air we breathe. But who am I to doubt or question the inevitable being? For these are but a few discoveries we find inside the secret life of plants. A species smaller than the eye can see or larger than most living things, and yet we take from it without consent, our shelter, our food, our habiliment. But who am I to doubt or question the inevitable being? For these are but a few discoveries we find inside the secret life of plants. But far too many of them have given in return. a stomp, cut, drown, or burn, as if they're nothing. But if you ask yourself, where would you be without them, you will find that you would not. And some believe antennas are their leaves that span beyond our galaxy. They've been, they are, and probably will be. Who are the mediocrity? But who am I to doubt or question the inevitable being? For these are but a few discoveries we find inside the secret life of plants. And I have two short ones to end with. One is called When a Bird is Alive. When a bird is alive, it eats ants. When a bird is dead, ants eat the bird. Time and circumstances can change anytime. Don't devalue or hurt anyone in life. May you be powerful today, but remember, time is more powerful than you. One tree makes 1,000,000 matchsticks, but only one matchstick is needed to burn 1,000,000 trees. So be good, and please do good. The last poem I learned before I left Tuskegee is called I Am the Black Man, and I like to close with it. It goes, the evidence of anthropology now suggests that I, the black man, am the original man, the first man to walk this vast, imponderable earth. I have lost by force my land, my language, and in a sense, my life. But I will seize it back, so help me. Towards that end, if necessary, I will crush the corners of this earth until I, the black man, the first and original man, can arm in arm with my woman, erect among the peoples of this universe a new society, one humane to its cultural core, out of which will emerge the first truly human being that this world has ever seen. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your ears.
Yay!
Thank
Sizwe.
you.
Excellent.
Right.
Check us out online, newearthmatters.org
Clap, clap.
is our website. You can contact me through newearthmatters.org anytime. I'd love to talk to you all. All my new friends. This is a great group of people.
Hey.
Look at all you are. Thanks again. Yeah.
Hey, Sizwe.
Oh, that was so profound and wondrous. Life-changing in a way. I don't know if you guys agree, but that was overwhelming. That was great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Situated again. Now we have Mark Rogers. And everybody mute.
Hello, everyone. It's lovely to be in your garden, Amy. Okay, so we called it the chateau, though it was hardly that. Lacking the moated glory, the fairy tale towers, the ornate garden, the mirrored halls, it was sub-magnifique. The chateau failed chateau qualification. Yet it remained the chateau to us, this crumbling wreck, the failed plumbing, the sieve roof, flaking grandeur. We would catch the bus from Metz, then singing cycle the remaining few kilometers, lavender surrounded, kissing the still air. The house would loom up at the edge of Verdon Forest. Be careful out there, he'd warn, if ever we set out with shooters, hunting ball for supper, unexploded ordnance, careful where you tread. And we'd laugh off his familiar caution, but know the threat real. We'd sometimes see the clearance team digging out aged yet lethal bombs from the undergrowth. Verdun, still caressing the deathmongers of the world's finest war. Arsenic, toxic, bloody, wicked. And we'd read evidence in the outbuildings seemingly utilized to store the wounded, those schnitzered from the front, graffitied messages, home, scrawled, knife-marked on the walls. Bientôt à la maison, ma chère, gloire à Dieu. Pardonne-nous nos péchés. Those poor boys living out their remaining days far from home, aching to die in a barn. Headiness us paid little due. We were vaguely aware, but more intent on the scummy pool, the endless wine, the barely sleeping, the pill-driven, dance-drenched nights. Boar sizzling over the fire pit, the naked abandonment. Oh my, the sex. And he sat in his chair beneath the apple trees, mildly amused, soaking in our pleasure, for your content. How we loved him, his stench alluring. Lost mornings, quiet afternoons, reading, waiting, dozing, sunburnt, swimming, drinking, wasting, nothing. Endless sun-filled days. Sometimes we would see him out by the gate, chatting cheerfully with a distant neighbor, a random stranger, collecting bread delivered from the village by Nico. Come in, Nico, we'd bellow. But he would simply hold up a hand, thanking us for the invitation. Je dois refuser, he'd smile, then cycle on, loaves to provide. And our host, bread-laden, would turn and do his stumbling walk back towards us, chicks in the nest. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Fist bump.
Somebody's reverberating. We need to mute, folks.
Can you? I think, okay. That was so good. That was so profound in the sense that you could be there and see all that you were experiencing. That was very well done. Thank you. Okay, who do we have next? Now we have Scott Coe.
Hiya.
Hiya.
Okay, I've got two very short ones to give to you all, and we'll start off like this. I've been since you left, with no reason why, like Wordsworth's cloud in the empty sky. I've cried more tears than Smokey's clown into Julie's river, damned with a frown. I've been as angry as Marshall Stan, crazed and confused like a madman, and I'm telling you, like Carly to Warren, your vanity's ugly, you're abhorrent. Like Gallagher's Sally, you've missed your turn, and in my thoughts you will burn. I'll be gone, but you won't miss me. I'll be forgotten like the Beatles, Miss Rigby. Thank you. And this second one is brand new and it's called Fragrance. Wearing the fragrance of last night's dinner upon your jumper, perfume of India and the Orient, of empire's plunder, bathed in decadence of finest ginger upon your skin, consumed the riches given up for Lent, the flavour of sin. masking radiance of last night's lover when you were consumed. Too soon into sin, the saffron all spent, your flower bloomed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Sure, man. Let's see. Now we have Keno Hill. Do we have Keno Hill? No. Okay, maybe he'll come in later. And now Gary Huskisson, your turn. Welcome. You're muted. There you go.
Hello, we're there. Brilliant. Huh? Hi, Amy. This is like a dream come true. Can you hear me? Yeah, all right. This is like a dream come true to be in Nashville. All right, I hold you close. So I was going through some mention of it talks about Gil Scott-Heron, who I can say his dad was the first black person to play soccer in Scotland. So we have a little bit of Gil Scott-Heron and a little bit of Stevie Wonder, but I'm going to go with these two poems. If this time I'll give you my Gil Scott-Heron. It's not river. Jazz! Yes, jazz has been my life soundtrack. I've had a night in Dizzy, blew me out in a night in Tunisia, while Roy's vibraphone down the River Niger. The birth of jazz parallels the creation of me. The birth of me parallels creation, let alone that great poet and footballing friend Gil Scott-Heron. First is the heartstrings are pulsated by the bass. Starts a musical photosynthesis process. Dizzy's trumpet evokes an anthem calling. Rams his keynotes. Alert the spring and autumn. Coltrane's blues is an LSD flute, while Billy causes the range with a strange flute. Thank God for Miles. Yes, Miles Davis, trumpet. Prepares us for a somber last poet calling, an atomic rhythmic explosion calling bursting molecules of jazz in infinite directions. Robust magnetic electric lines of acid jazz fusion causing a nuclear reaction. Crescendo, metronome, verbal dynamic, fluid, slinky, erotic sex, blues, mental cat, strokes, the sort of mental fluid, black cat, do wop, yeah. Poet one. Thank you. This is weird. I mean, all right. This is a very old one from my youth, and actually we talked about The Secret Life of Plants by Stevie. This sort of reminds me of that album. The hot, trembling sax gives birth to the first note, making Baker Street my home. The clouds give current to the dim street lights. The saxophone has got me in its MK47 sight. I'm not alone. I ain't alone. That tune is Home Alone. I'm with insatiable, sultry notes, slithering with sax appeal that roam. The second note is squeezed out. It's cool and blue. It's smoke-filled succulent that moisturizes orifices with atmospheric blue. It plays with your loins every time you chew. Ripping and trembling over past notes, the third note sets flight spiriting like a flock of doves. Then comes the upward pelvic thrust with the awe of the saxophone beat back through wax chorus. It belts out overwhelming lust. The sound cloud hypnotizes like a hypodermic needle. the salt shaking facts centralize the serpent, causing the vine to repent, marinate in that cool scent. Tasty. It doesn't matter where you are. That jazz saxophone sound is there where you take. It plays that sound on repeat because it's cool. It's found on the street. It's intimate, it's personal, it's confidential. So please, saxophone, deliver me from evil. Dear sax, you're making my body gyrate in magnetic fits till I turn up the alcohol carry up mill for yours. Saxophone is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. To give me as the last note is your legacy. Amen.
Amen.
It's so good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
I've never
you.
read that. Thank you, guys. Honestly, it's a dream come true being in Nashville. This is the closest I'm ever going to get without being in quarantine.
I
Thank
know.
you, guys.
Thank you. Now we have Mayor Stevenson.
You see that we're about to get kicked out in 1 minute and 7 seconds?
Yeah. I do. And when that happens, let's just log right back in. Does that work? Okay.
Why don't we just wait?
Shall I start when we come back in?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why
so
don't
go
I?
ahead and leave now. And
Why
then
don't I
come
read?
back?
You want to leave now, or have me read something?
Yeah.
Well,
Short and sweet.
You
You
do
have less
that?
than a minute.
Okay.
Can anyone juggle?
Wow.
I'm not getting the message, so I just.
Okay, so-
It'll be the same meeting.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read some more Summer Thicket, and then when it stops, come right back in. All right. The way you said summertime. Go ahead.